Just got to say that as we start. Okay, here we go.
Save the right for screaming.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
If you do not listen,
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, welcome, salutations to the. I'm just gonna fuck all that up, just like I did the beginning there. Welcome to Screaming to the Void, episode number 93. My name is Samuel the Infamous. With me are my wonderful co-hosts. Devil made me do it,
Howdy.
and green-haired anti-liberal who's apparently off feeding cats. I'm sure you guys all heard that before I hit the intro video. So. But yeah, welcome to the show. It's good to be back on the air. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm showing that StreamYards is acting funky. My internet's fine, but it is what it is. So we're back. We were sorry about being late, folks. We were backstage talking about things that make us happy before we get into things that don't make us happy. So
It's a good plan.
yeah. So as we start in, say hello to who we have in the chat right now. We are streaming live on YouTube, Rumble, and Twix. So anywhere you wanna be, anywhere you wanna. What I don't know what Gal's doing right now.
Sorry.
It's like
I was fixing something.
yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Kohai, good to see you. Hey, Suka. Hey, Clifton. It's been a minute. How you doing? So I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, things go smoothly. They have been this weekend. I'm very happy about it. moving forward. So for those of you who are new to the show, this is where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like, which is something I usually say when I introduce the episode, but I am apparently all kinds of off my game today, so you'll have to forgive me for that. How you guys doing?
Good so far. Got up late because of the late night and went for my walk later than I usually do. Overheated. It was getting warm, and now all of a sudden California is freezing cold, so I had to go put some shoes on.
Define freezing cold for me.
Oh, like
Yeah, define it for me too, there, devil.
anybody else, it'd still be tropical weather. Me, it's cold.
I was going to say, do I need to turn my camera around to show you the snow that I'm currently in, or?
Yeah. It's like it's mid 50s here today, and that's pretty freaking warm for where I live. It just is what it is. We were on what was it? Was it last week? We're on with Jack Tar Lad, and he's like, where the hell do you live that it's that cold in the spring? And I was like, yeah, the high plains, man. We got the same climate here that the steppes of Russia does.
Yeah.
Like it's literally the same climate. Yeah. So getting into your 20s tomorrow. Oh, it's been I assume that you're talking Celsius.
Celsius.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I was
that's
like,
actually pretty warm. Okay. Because I don't do from Celsius. I don't know.
yeah, I don't convert.
The only thing that I know about Celsius is that minus 40 Celsius is the same temperature as minus 40 Fahrenheit.
I think
that's the
20s is
only
the
place that they coincide. Yeah.
I think Celsius 20s is like our 80s.
Oh yeah, that's pretty warm. Yeah, that's definitely pretty warm. So I guess
68, my bad.
oh yeah, that's not
Still-
too shabby.
Yeah, it's basically 70.
That's a generally a good temperature.
Yeah.
You know, most people I think would agree that it's a nice mid-range temperature.
Yep.
You know, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. You know, you get a light breeze in there and anything like that. But we don't have light breezes where I'm from though. We have gale force winds.
Is your favorite date also April 25th? Miss Congeniality. You basically just quoted it.
Did I?
Oh shit, he did, huh? I was
Not
like,
too
what?
hot, not too cold. Oh, you need a light jacket.
Oh
I
god,
don't think
Sam.
I remember the movie.
You get to be the Miss Congeniality winner.
Well, you know what that means.
Actually,
don't
no,
you?
he's Miss America. Or Miss USA.
Oh yeah, it was the girl who won.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, it's modern times, right? I might as well lean into this girl who won nonsense.
I was just gonna say you should be memed onto her now, and then I called Big Boobs McGee here.
Yeah, if you guys stick around, he'll do his baton performance.
His fire dance.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot flaming ping balls out my hoo-ha.
Shouldn't it be flaming cobras?
Well, I mean, they're harder to get up there, but we could try.
And to
Load
get
me
out.
up, devil.
You
No.
know, they tend to fight you on it because they really don't want to go in.
Put the other end in. That's the new Teeth movie. It's like Teeth 2.
Oh, Jesus.
Some
fact
things
that-
never been created, like the internet
Right?
in that movie.
That movie was no.
All men bad and out to rate people.
I know what it is. I know what the movie is. I don't need a recap, and I don't think the audience needs one either. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. Skip it.
I never watched it. I just read like the entire movie because I was curious and didn't want to actually watch it. So
It's one of those things, like it came out around a time when there was all these like weird little, you know, horror flicks, and you know, it's just like, oh, what's this about? And you get this little blurb, and it doesn't tell you a lot. It kind of gives you an idea a little bit, but it wasn't real specific. So yeah, you sit down, you watch the movie, and then you're just like, Jesus Christ, make it stop.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I heard the name Teeth before, but I never really looked into it till they were all like, "Oh, you have to see the trailer."
that was on
Right?
Ballbusters, right?
I believe so. Yeah, and Bug wanted us to watch the trailer because he thought it was gonna like scare me or something. I was like, no, I just didn't watch it because it said teeth, and I'm not gonna tell you how I feel about teeth because you guys already have enough ammunition on me for the next 6 months.
So
No
are you
teeth,
saying I
Tammy.
should
No
ooh
Oh, damn it! I was gonna do something with that for the fucking intro. Anyway, don't worry, I still have it. I can still make it happen.
Monsters
Just,
are gonna ooh woo.
I was gonna like do like or maybe the outro, like at the end after it shows the like and subscribe thing, and you hear the crows playing. I was gonna do like a sit boo boo sit, but with you going ooh woo.
Save your breath for screaming. Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with it yet, but I am gonna do something with it. It's gonna be great. Yeah, Rez, dude, I'm so glad we made it to a stream. I am so sorry that that's what you came in on.
Wait,
DJ Direwolf,
not-
you starting already?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Rez just mentioned rubber. I was just on a stream. I think it was Kratos mentioned this movie where it's like a
I've seen
tire.
it.
Or
It's
was it
fucking
you
retarded.
that mentioned this movie?
It was me.
Of
I mean, I
course.
don't know if it was recent, it might have been somebody else, but
Yeah, it was recent.
I do believe I have brought it up before. It is a really dumb, weird, makes no kind of
We just
sense in a
watched
very
Kratos.
meta way. Yeah. Oh no, it gets way weirder in the movie. The movie itself is much weirder than that trailer is.
Why
and there is
have
like a thing about branding. Like, what brand of tire is it? they-
Michelin?
Say an actual brand. I can't remember what the guy said. That's
Don't trust Michelin. a question: why have you not? Because I'm throwing around ideas. I need to talk to some people about me doing movie reviews of older movies. But why haven't you started one that do like D-list movies? Like
It
Sam,
never occurred to me.
like literally, like I can't believe you haven't like said, "Hey, I'm gonna watch these awful fucking movies that come watch with me, clip it up, make it into a 20-minute video of the most awful movies out there that some reason you love, and put them out there while people watch them for your reaction."
I love them because they're fun, devil.
They're not fun. There ain't nothing fun about the movie that you're like falling asleep to.
Rez, Hobo with the Shotgun is one of some of you who've been around for a while might remember Maester Chow. He started the channel with us, and he may pop in again at some point. But anyway, Hobo with a Shotgun is one of his favorite fucking movies. He loves that thing. He watched it for a weekend straight once because he just loves it so much.
Jeez.
In my opinion, it's probably not one of Rutger Hauer's best films, but it's self-explanatory. It's kind of like Snakes on a Plane. Everything you need to know about the movie's in the title.
So a hobo gets a shotgun and, what?
It goes on a killing spree. Yeah. He's a vigilante, like a Death Wish style, cleaning up the streets vigilante. But yeah, it's just Rutger Hauer is a hobo, sees some bad shit happening, picks up a shotgun and starts murking people. And that's pretty much the whole thing. It goes on for like an hour and a half.
Writes itself.
Yeah, sometimes they do. It's like you guys. There was a movie that came out, I want to say 15 years ago, called Fido. That was a zombie flick because this was right in the middle of the zombie craze where everybody was making zombie movies left and right.
Yeah, I did see the movie, but I know the cover.
It's really fucking entertaining. It's essentially Lassie if Lassie was a zombie with a shock collar.
I thought you said shot collar, so I have a song.
Shock. Like Shaka Uwu.
Yeah, people treat their instead of dogs, they have zombies as pets.
Yeah. So and it's after there's a company called ZomCon that makes all this stuff. And anyway, whenever I say that thing about like no teeth, that's where that comes from, because there's a guy who got a zombie who was very fresh, who was at one point a nubile young woman. and yeah, he keeps her around for purposes.
Jesus Christ.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. But there's a bit where he's saying to her, he's like, no teeth, Tammy. Teeth.
Oh my man, sometimes humanity needs to get canceled.
I know.
Dude.
Yeah, it's good. What's her name? The I can't remember the actress's name. The woman who played Trinity in The Matrix. She's in it.
Oh, I can't remember her name either. I know she's in the. Yeah, just call her Trinity.
Moss?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't remember her name except for 5 seconds later when I remember it.
She's in
Sometimes my
Rebel.
memory
She's in that new Star Wars whatever show that's gonna suck ass.
Hey, Shadow.
Yeah. No, she's in it. There's a bit where she takes Timmy to dispose of a couple of bullies of his that got bit and turned, and so they barricade them in this shed in the middle of nowhere, and they burn it down with these two like zombie boys inside. They're like 10, by the way. And outside, they're standing there. She puts her arm on or her hand on his shoulder, and she looks at him as the flames are burning. They're in silhouette. Now, Timmy, I don't want you to think that what we did today was right or okay in any way. Yes, Mom. It's that kind of movie. It's fun though. I'd recommend it. I do enjoy that one. But yeah, I don't know, Devil. I never thought about doing something like that. About it'd have to be more of a review thing because like reaction channels don't really work if they can't see my face.
That's true.
Mm.
you know. And so that's like that kind of thing, like reaction videos. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd do something like that down the road. I was gonna do not last year, the year before last. I was gonna do a review of the Hellraiser remake
Mm.
because I did watch that and I did talk about it on the channel quite a bit, but I never actually sat down and made a review. And I never, by the way, guys out there listening, I never actually learned how to make like a genuine video. I just live stream. So you know,
I was just gonna ask, like, have you ever thought about getting kind of like what Horror Amarada has, like a little VTuber type version of you made?
yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I have considered talking to her about who she went through for that and all that because her avatar is fucking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like then you wouldn't need to show your face because like you at least have like the VTuber. Because like
Hmm.
in Demion, you don't see his face in his videos. He's successful.
Right.
Well,
You could do it.
you could
I could.
even if you don't do that, and like you said, you just do a review afterwards. I still think it'd be kind of interesting because you're touching movies that not everyone really goes into. There's not many channels like diving into the more, you know,
Obscure.
yeah, they're perfect words, obscure
Yeah.
of the horror movies and stuff. So
Yeah, we do on Abyssal Musings, especially around the October season, obviously. But you know, we do touch on, or we had been anyway for a while, touching on like horror movies and that kind of thing that maybe not everybody had seen. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really put too much thought into doing like actual kind of pop culture content. So I don't know. Plus, I don't know how to make a video. I need to learn how to do that. I don't even think I have the software for that.
I can send you what I use. I like
Okay.
basically I just looked up on YouTube how to edit videos. I found something. I use Filmora and then Canva for thumbnails, and you already have thumbnail stuff, but yeah.
Mhm.
I'll send
Yeah,
you some
yeah.
videos. I got you. It's basic stuff, but
yeah. Look out for Sam's new movie review channel. He'll do like the guys on In Living Color. Him and Lawrence will sit there. Hated it.
I can see in my head because I know you've done a face reveal, so I know what you look like. I can see you doing the thing in my head. Such a good image. You got to do like the snake neck too. Hey, Aaron, Laura, good to see you.
Devil and I are just going to force you into doing things now. That's
Yep.
basically what's,
Yeah.
'cause
For those
now
who
I'm
are just
thinking of
coming,
names.
right?
Yeah,
No, I don't know. It might not be a bad idea to start like expanding into other realms too. Like I do game streams. I do some pop culture stuff, but it's mostly on other people's channels, kind of thing. And over here, we kind of get into the ugliness of the world a lot. It tends to be not what you'd call uplifting. You know? But yeah, it might not be a bad idea to start branching out into something like that's something I will definitely consider. For those of you just coming in who missed last night's Beelzebub, the reason that I am now a fabulous body positive black woman is because we were all doing stuff like this, and I figured if I'm going to go for it, I'm going to race and gender swap myself and put on a couple of pounds so I'm super sexy and ready and fit and just the perfect new model for Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
I haven't done anything like this. I need to figure out something clever for my stuff.
Yeah. Samuel's become Lizzo if she was in a coma for 8 years.
I'm in better shape than Lizzo, let's be honest.
That's why the coma.
That's his point.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. They're jiggle-tastic. Anywho, I wasn't gonna use this avatar today, but there was a smarmy comment earlier in the stream, and I was just like, "I fuck it."
I don't know who that came from.
Yeah, I don't know who that came from either. Not even
Who
a
could
little
it
bit.
be?
What a mystery.
It really is.
It'll probably never be solved.
This is funny because I wasn't even in this tab, so I had no idea you full screened me. I'm watching on like Rumble and yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh man, you know it's good to laugh. It is good to laugh. We do have some stuff to cover today. There, it's kind of all over the place. There's been some, like, you remember back in 2012 when it seemed like the whole world was going mad, and then it happened again in 2016, and then it happened again in 2020. It's doing it
What
again.
would be the catalyst for those specific years? I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
in
it's also-
2012, I know where you're going with that, and I agree. But in 2012, something else also happened that I think contributed to everybody on the planet losing their fucking minds.
The thing
Like-
jig was turned on.
The Hadron Super Collider, at CERN was turned on. Yes, and I think tinfoil hat time, guys. I believe that what they did was open a pathway for foreign exotic particles that we are not meant to interact with us, and I think that they did something to our brains collectively, like just passing through, like altered us. And I think the entire fucking world went nuts.
Sorry.
I mean, I could be wrong, but you know,
I don't feel nuts, but that could be part of it, right? You don't know
Right?
you're nuts
It's
when you're nuts, right?
it's like the Mandela Berenstain Bears thing, right?
Yep.
We all
Mandela
remember that a certain way, but when you look at what it says, it's something else. And it's like, did we get shunted into an alternate reality where things are slightly off?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I had no idea that even was turned on. I didn't know it was a thing until like last year or 2 years ago when my brother was telling me about it. The Hadron Collider thing.
Yeah. It's it was a particle accelerator, and
Yes.
the idea was that they were trying to create a miniature black hole.
Mhm.
I don't see how a black hole of any size is a good idea.
Yep. Like why?
Because the actual size of the thing doesn't seem to matter so much as the density of it, right? And so a miniature black hole is still going to be several billion times denser than our fucking planet.
Well,
You know?
it's like most science. They're so interested in can they that they don't think should we, and that's how science always works. And
Over
then
here
it's always-
quoting Jurassic Park and shit.
yeah.
Actually, that's what
Hey, at
Frank
least
said.
it's not. At least it's not miscongeniality. You know.
And of course, Sam has to come in with Frankenstein because apparently it's on his mind.
You need to read the book. Let's be fair. All of y'all need to read that book. It is fucking on point. You know? No, yeah, it's but it is. It's exactly what it is. So I got I was just telling Larry about this. He and I were on a phone call the other day, and I was telling him, so you remember like Columbia House, right? Back in the day where you'd send him like a penny and whatever the fucking
Send you 12
postage
albums,
was,
you know?
and they'd send you like 12 albums, and then you'd end up spending the rest of your fucking life paying off that and buying new stuff from them because you were then locked into a contract, which, by the way, they can't hold you to if you do that shit when you're a minor. Ask me how I know. Moving on.
I'm not old enough for this discussion.
So there was a book club kind of company that was doing a very similar thing. And again, I was underage at the time, couldn't hold me to a contract, but I did end up getting a lot of great books for very little. And one of them was a book called Forbidden Knowledge by a man named Roger Shattuck. And I might have brought him up here on the channel before. I do highly recommend this book. Roger Shattuck was an Air Force pilot who was one of the test pilots when they were sending planes through mushroom clouds to see what would happen. He survived. And he wrote this book called Forbidden Knowledge, and it was about all of the things that we pursue that maybe we shouldn't. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. Just because it's there doesn't mean we should poke that fucking bear in particular. And it covers everything from it goes into like our mythology in the first half. So you've got like the apple of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You have Prometheus. It talks a little bit about Frankenstein, quite a bit actually, and then it goes into in like the Marquis de Sade and the things that he wrote, which and then it goes into real world stuff, like things he experienced, like the end results of the Manhattan Project, the Human Genome Project, and all of this stuff. And it's a really good cohesive look at mankind's pursuit of knowledge, and like maybe where's that line where we should stop. Highly recommend it. It's called Forbidden Knowledge. Author is Roger Shattuck, Shattuck.
You know me, I'm not good with books.
Yeah, that's true. That came out a lot ruder than I meant it to. It's like Devil's over here like, I never learned to read. And I'm like, serves you right, motherfucker.
Okay, don't confuse the chat. I can read. I just don't read quickly. Thereby, I don't tend to read books. I like books. I just don't tend to read them myself because I read slowly. I have to think every word out instead of just happening. So that's
Why you should let me read to you.
Well, I do let you read to me.
Yeah, I listen. It's good stuff. Which I guess this is a good time as any to mention that to those of you out there who do not know. Over on Gal's channel on Thursday, she does a stream called Cooking the Books, where she reads to her audience. She did 3 streams on Animal Farm and a wrap-up stream on that just this week. And next week, I believe you're doing Princess of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Yes, I should be receiving it on Monday and should be good to go to start that. I read depending on the size of each chapter, depending on the book, probably about 3 to 4 chapters a stream. So yeah.
And she puts out polls all the time, like to help her choose the next book, the next genre and stuff. So look out for, follow her on Twix and like vote so you get a say in what she's reading.
And I do put polls up on the community tab for my YouTube channel as well. So yeah. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Should have been Frankenstein. Moving on. I'm not going to let that go. I really think, look, I don't even care if you read it on stream, Gal. You need to read that book.
I know.
Samuel's going to find your address, send you you're going to get a package from him. It's just going to say happy birthday, bitch. And it's
don't give him ideas.
I mean, if I was going to do that, I'd probably try to hunt down like a vintage, like 1st or 2nd edition.
That's probably, yeah. I would,
which would cost me more than I'll make in the rest of my life. But
yeah, I would say you can keep this. I'll buy a used copy. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you ain't that picky, I could just send you my copy. So, yep, that is true, Andy. That is the John Carter series.
John Carter of Mars is technically like the official book series title.
Yeah. Fun fact: Edgar Rice Burroughs also created Tarzan of the Apes.
Of course, you would know that.
Well, I've read Burroughs, so yeah. Yeah, that's
Samuel of the trivia.
Right.
I don't know how people don't know that. Like, it's Tarzan.
Want to know my knowledge of Tarzan?
Is it the Disney movie? It's the Disney movie. Jesus. That's like saying that your only knowledge of Alexander Dumas is the Disney's version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, please don't tell me that's true.
Don't you love how like earlier she threw that jab at us that we're too old and shit?
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yeah.
show it directly.
and you're too young. Why you gotta be throwing?
Is it actually? No, I do know some. I think isn't he mentioned in Shawshank Redemption?
Wow. Wow.
It was more than just the Hunchback.
I'm surrounded by Philistines, y'all. Back a book, people. Good for you.
I do. It's just not your highbrow quality.
I read a lot of lowbrow shit too. It has nothing to do with quality. It has to do with having read a bunch of stuff.
There's
Yes,
a lot of
I'm
books out there, Sam.
Yeah, Sam. Why don't you read Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and get cultured?
I've never read that.
I will give you that. I have never read Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Devil, have you read it?
No, I don't read.
Wasn't a never read thing. You had to read in school. Maybe you were assigned it.
No, I got out of it. I found, like, you know how like people found ways to get out of PE. I found ways to get out of reading.
Clifton corrected me, and he's correct. It was Victor Hugo who wrote Hunchback of Notre Dame. He also wrote Les Miserables. Dumas wrote The Three Musketeers. That is in fact correct. Look, there are only so many French authors who fucking matter.
The book I haven't read, Three Musketeers, but the movies were good.
Yeah. Book's good too. Man in the Iron Mask was also written by him. So was I want to say The Count of Monte Cristo.
That is a really good movie.
It's a really good
Good
book,
sandwich too.
Yeah,
That's
I don't think that
That was
vindication is the
vindication.
word.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not vindication because you didn't
Vinny.
know who the fucking author was either.
I sent out a lifeline and vindicated.
Oh, the women
Thank
are
you,
Does
ganging
this
up.
look like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
It doesn't need to look like it. I sent it out telepathically. Clinton answered for me.
Who's Clinton?
Clifton. Sorry. I turned into Dermy for 5 seconds there, apparently. Good Lord. I am sorry, Clifton.
I am definitely going to clip the bit where you said I turned into Dermy. That's definitely happening.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hate you. I hate you.
I'm not even going to do anything with it except maybe hand it off to Dermy.
Oh my God. I hate all of you.
Yeah.
Why
Oh
do I
man.
do this to myself?
Seriously though, the Burroughs is a good author. It's a good place to start with him. Andy Pickle, I think earlier mentioned something about how he wrote a kind of in a Hollow Earth series, which he did, and it does it crosses over with his Tarzan stuff. Tarzan eventually goes to the Hollow Earth and all that, but he wrote a lot of interesting stuff. What's really funny is I think Shadow of Hawk was saying that he's like, hey, isn't this a guy who thought up space travel before it was a thing? I was like, no, it isn't. Science fiction's older than Burroughs.
Nipped that in the bud. I saw oh my God, I saw his message and I corrected it in my head because I didn't have time to go in and correct it myself. And then you corrected him and his reply was perfect in the group chat.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do it. And then you did it for me. And then he replied the way he did. It was great.
Yeah.
Love
I'd
you,
have to
Shadow.
scroll back. But yeah, he it's a good thing that I'm pretty easygoing. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, go check out Cooking the Books on Gal's channel when you get a chance. It's a good time. Also, our boy Devil did some fantastic transition, opening, and closing work on that. It's really stellar.
Yeah. Thumbnail, chapter things that he did a lot.
Yes.
Taught me how to set up streams in general.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think he lost Clifton.
Don't you mean
It's gonna be
Clinton?
No, please, no, Clifton. I'm sorry. What
He's
must
gonna
I
be
do?
scarred for life.
Redeem myself.
George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. You do that as a meme, huh? Get his
What?
face and put it on George Clinton.
Yeah, we should.
You don't
We
know who
should.
that
We
is?
should.
George Clinton?
Never.
Yeah, George Clinton. He's a musician.
Yeah, he's a funk musician.
What? I'm not good at like musicians and knowing what
I'll
they.
show you a picture. I'll pull up
Okay.
a picture.
Yeah. So now that we've established that Gal is about as uncultured as it gets, I don't know. It probably has something to do with eating all those crayons. Hold that pose. Hold that pose.
No, this one.
Yes, that one. Thank you.
Okay,
That's all I needed.
You're fucking welcome.
there we go. I'll share it here.
It's a good picture.
No, thanks. What the freaking hell?
Yeah, it's George Clinton.
Yeah.
What does he sing? Do I know any of his songs?
It's funk music. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to describe. It's sort of like
Real funk thing
music.
going down.
yeah. If you take Prince and you kind of put like a more groovy spin on it.
I know what funk is. I was asking what he's.
Yeah, she's been around Dermy.
Not that kind of
I
funk.
mean,
Do you think Morris Day and the Time would fall into that funk category?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Might be off the shoot because like with most music genres, you have acid rock, you have pop rock, you have like maybe it's a mixed genre, but yeah. Say he's funk.
My jungle love. Oh,
Oh.
Think I wanna know ya. I fucking love Morris Day at the Time.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say y'all are old.
Never say an unkind word about Morris Day in the motherfucking time.
You're getting pretty fucking cruel, Thumbelina.
It's residual from y'all making fun of me after Vegas. Goddamn giants.
I'm not a giant.
Yeah, for reference, for all of you out there who aren't aware, Gal is really short. And apparently 5 years old.
I'm just off my game. I didn't sleep last night. Okay.
I did that one time on stream and I was talking to the fucking software.
At least I talk to animate objects. Corporeal forms. Well, I don't know. Both of you. I guess that doesn't really work.
Close enough, Suka. Close enough.
You can give me another foot. Thank you very much. That is not. That's
4 foot.
I mean,
1/8, sir.
and an inch and a half.
You couldn't handle both inches.
Oh my gosh. I fucking hate you.
Next year, I'm gonna get one of those cutouts of the clown with the finger holding it up to say you have to be this high to ride. But bring it with me so we could just walk around with it and taking pictures. Gal in front of everything, saying she's too short to get on. Like at the Millennium Fandom bar by the door with the clown, and she's all like, "Fuck you!"
Take her to the fucking McDonald's play place, man. They got those like.
Those don't even exist anymore. What are you talking about?
I'll make one.
I know where one is.
I'm not going to Wyoming.
It's in South Dakota.
I'm not going to fucking South Dakota either.
South Dakota's all right in parts.
No, it's flat land.
Not all of it.
Just like Wyoming.
It's really
Except
not all of it.
Western
There's a
half.
fucking mountain range on the west side.
Yeah, the western side. Where do you drive
Yeah.
through? Most of the
Which
time.
is also where this McDonald's is.
Those ball pits are cesspools, man. That's probably where 90% of the diseases in the world have come from. Is
Yeah, it's because kids get lost in
Oh.
there and then they decay.
ball pits. Ugh.
Or they just piss everywhere.
Yeah, they never come back out of that ball pit. Sometimes they go under and they just stay under.
It's kind of morbid. It sounds like one of those D movies you were talking about, like the little kid head sticking up through the balls and slowly sinking as little Patty's never been seen again.
Yeah, I've been thinking about. I was actually thinking of the this episode of Supernatural where a guy gets killed with like the ball cleaner. Well, he's at like a Chuck E. Cheese type place. I can't believe there's such a thing as a ball cleaner. I'm just gonna leave that out for everybody.
Hey, Dermy
So,
needed a little extra money. Jesus Christ. Don't give him shit.
Right. So now that we're 40 minutes into this very well planned out show, as y'all can tell, I do actually have topics. We just haven't gotten to any.
Nice.
Honestly, the banter has been kind of nice. You know, it's not often we get to just rip on each other for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
So, and this is the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. And right now, we feel like talking about how short Gal is.
Yeah, we.
What? Devil feels like it too.
Yeah.
We is plural.
I fully endorse this conversation.
Shut the fuck up. Don't make me fucking ooh-woo.
It doesn't bother me.
I'm talking to this one.
I know. I'm an equal opportunity offender.
I could even do this with it.
No, don't do that either.
You got to start throwing gang signs with it now.
Japanese.
Westside, ooh.
I hate all of you. Not chat.
Yeah.
Just you two.
You hear
Very
that,
short
Clint?
too.
Doesn't hate you.
Yes. My dad was a horse jockey and wrestler, and my mom is 5 feet. She's probably under 5 feet now. So you can.
Well, that explains that.
Yep.
It doesn't explain my ex-wife, whose parents are both tall.
Skipped a generation or two.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and all of her siblings.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, she's the little one.
Technically, if my brother's spine had been straight, he would be like 5'7", 5'8", I think.
Well, that's how it is with me too. My father and all his brothers, my grandfather on my dad's side, all of them above 6 foot, and then on my mom's side, they're Portuguese. So, we're short and stout. We're meant to stand in boats and fish. So yeah, I got fisherman. Body.
I'm 6'5", and we always thought that I got it from my father's side of the family because my mother is 5'3".
Mm-hmm.
Right, she was 5'4", but she's almost 70. She's losing some height, and so we always thought we got it from my father's side because my father was 6'2" before he died. Right, I'm 3 inches taller than him. He had a brother who was 6'4", and all that, but I think they were the tallest of all of them. And then we found out that we had these long lost cousins on my maternal grandmother's side who were all like 6'8", 6'9". And it was like, it's possible I got the height from over there.
From that side of the family.
Yeah. So, and they're all taller than me, So,
Well, yes, you did say you're 6'5" and they're 6'8", 6'9". So.
She can math, everybody.
Short people are good at that.
I'm really not. I hate math.
So, and for those of you who are watching, there's no, There's like no serious animosity here. Gal can give damn near
Fuck you.
better than
I
she
hate
gets. Better than
I
she
hate
gets.
that. Don't listen to this fool.
She gets brutal sometimes. You should have seen all the masturbation gifts she threw at us the other day. For like no reason.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything wrong. And it
Yeah,
just,
we were-
you know, she's like, you guys go fuck yourselves over and over and over and over again. It was just like, what did we do? We were saying nice things about her.
We were all having fun,
yeah.
and she just came in and fucking threw it on the table and ruined
We
everyone.
weren't saying that I was dead or anything. Yep, that's
We were remembering you and the good times, gal. Jeez.
don't make me sad more.
Real
Gone too
quick,
soon.
Clifton. The Nephilim have angelic DNA. I do
You know
not.
what's nice? To be on a stream where someone can read. It's nice.
Ouch. That
Not you, devil.
is so mean.
Talking about Derby and last night's Ballbusters. Ridiculous. Wow.
Just
Fucking devil.
I gave Devil power, so he can come back when he wants.
Hurt my feelings.
Well, if you would listen before you get all up in your womanhood,
Oh,
you would actually hear the fact that I said I was talking about Dermy, not you. So don't be a bitch.
see, and you guys, she's being mean. They're being mean to her. Yeah. So far, she's called me retarded, a woman.
The fuck? Oh, you are a woman. I
I'm
call
not
you
a
retarded,
woman.
bitch. Putting words in my mouth.
These women never have.
Yeah, look at her.
Fuck both you.
Can't read, waiting for our obus.
Okay, that hurt.
I can read, and I don't know what that says.
Can't
The second part, the first part I get.
waiting for you.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I don't know. I
Thanks
got
for the
nothing.
headache, Carrie. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well,
Anywho,
to be fair, that's how I would write it. So, you know.
yeah.
Waiting for a bus. Be waiting for.
You're quite welcome. Oh, now he can spell. Fuck you. Anywho, so I did come across this little image the other day that I thought was kind of interesting. This is an image from a 14th century church in Hanover, Germany. Notice anything peculiar about it?
The pentagram, of course, it's not. It's upside down, so that's actually the evil version. So yeah, why would it be on a church? That makes no sense.
Right next to a Star of David, where the clock is.
I've got nothing.
And you have
And
the
they're-
cross.
I mean,
Star David. I mean, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
all over the place. It's one of those
Like, there's a cross.
non-denominational churches.
I guess. I don't know. There's the cross is sitting atop of both of those other symbols, but you know, which could indicate that they're representing that, you know, Christ is above all other things. But the issue that I'm having with is that the pentacle did not mean the same thing in the 14th century that it means now.
Is it a symbol of protection?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Although to invert it would be to invite trouble, but it wasn't like the same, like, you know, it wasn't like a you know how the LaVeyan Satanists use it to basically diagram a goat's head?
Yeah, I totally knew that.
Again, crack a book.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone thinks that a pentagram is necessarily evil. It's not. It's not till you invert it like that, and then yeah, it's supposed to be a go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like you got I don't think you guys can see my cursor, but the two top points are the horns. The side points are the ears, and the bottom point is the beard of the goat.
Beard? Never mind.
Goats have beards.
Mm.
They do
Sometimes
have beards.
No, I just sometimes have a knee-jerk reaction to just say, "You're this, you're that." So I was going to say, "You're the beard of a goat." So
Maybe they were just fans of Slayer. Just
that could totally be it.
It's just your pagan symbols. It's not my pagan symbol per se. This one's pretty universal across most European descended pagans. Outside of the Norse, they have their own shit. But yeah, it is a symbol of protection, and it's kind of thing. So it is interesting that it is on this 14th century church, though, because at that time, people weren't super literate, outside of the clergy, and it would have been strange for them to include something like that on there, as well as the Star of David. Like, why would you put a Star of David on a Christian church?
Well, do we know when any of this was put on there?
I assume when it was built.
Well,
But
the
it
clock
was
is obviously newer. That wasn't 14th century. So, I mean, maybe they've done some renovations. I don't know. Weird.
That's possible too.
What
And I don't know.
assumption?
Maybe it no longer belongs to like a church, and it's been converted into like a meeting hall or some shit. They
Yeah.
wanted to make everybody feel inclusive and welcome. I don't know. I just thought it was a strange image and something to ponder at, I guess. I don't know too much about the thing itself. It's something I ran across late last night while I was doom scrolling on Twitter.
Well, to be fair, I don't spend much time in churches. Just
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't either, but not for the reasons of yours, Devil.
yeah.
Carrie, I don't disagree with you. Anton LaVey said a lot of stupid shit, and he said most of it, made a lot of it up, and he said most of it to piss people off. Really, it was kind of his whole shtick was pissing people off. The only reason I don't put him in the same category as some asshole like Aleister Crowley is because Aleister Crowley was actually a better charlatan, snake oil salesman kind of thing.
Yeah, and Ozzy made a song of him.
Yeah. That fucking guy. By the way, for any of you out there, I know that we got a lot of people from all walks of life who watch this show and talk with us and speak with us and all that stuff. And y'all know by this point that I'm a bit of a non-denominational pagan. Like, I don't subscribe to any particular, codified version of it. But I gotta say, so you have probably doubtless seen people spell the word magic with a K on the end of it. Usually, probably Wiccans and the like, right?
Mm-hmm.
People who do that have been spending way too much time paying attention to assholes like Aleister Crowley, who was the first guy to do that. There's no K on the end of it. That is bullshit pretension. It dates back to like the fucking turn of the 20th century. It's not a thing.
So we were mostly able
So
to
just putting that out there. It is an incorrect spelling that can feel more important.
Yeah, you started robot there.
Ah, here we go. All right.
And I feel like when that happens, there's a delay when we try to tell you.
There is a delay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems to have fixed
Right,
itself for
right.
now.
I hope so. Point is that Aleister Crowley is a dick and he couldn't spell.
Yeah, they actually not too long ago, Count Dankula did one of the Mad Lads on Aleister Crowley. Was interesting.
Yeah. Clue, the K doesn't mean anything. It was just something that he added on there to make it seem more to give it more weight, I guess, to differentiate it from, I think, stage magic, like illusionists, that sort of thing. Yes, Carrie, Sir Terry did use the K spelling. Sir Terry also wrote fiction. So there's that.
So writing fiction means you're allowed to misspell things.
Well, I mean, yeah, people make shit up all the time. Have you read Dune? Like half of the fucking glossary of
No,
that
I
is totally
haven't,
made up.
Sam.
If Gal was given a time machine, she'd go back and like hurt these people for misspelling in their own books.
Right?
I would never.
She'd go back and she kicked George Lucas's ass for making up words like midi-chlorians.
I might do that.
She'd be the worst time cop ever.
Yeah.
It would be the best.
Ha 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 ha. I see what you guys are doing. But yeah, it's like how we in the 90s we put an X on everything to make it special. You know. It's like extreme, you know, but like spelled with just an X. They left the E off.
Kool-Aid X. It's all like what's
Yes.
special about it? We added a little more flavor.
You're just triggering my PTSD from Dermy again. Espresso is not a word.
It would have been in the 90s. Espresso. Ah.
Espresso extreme.
Oh,
4 times the caffeine. Ah.
oh my god.
So there was this little goth coffee shop I used to hang out at in Colorado a long time ago, and they had a shot they called the Red Eye, and it was like 4 quadruple shots of espresso in one glass.
I used to work at a place that was right next to a Starbucks. They're kind of connected, one of those double up things. And so yeah, me and some of the guys one night we decided to like start taking shots of espresso, just shotgunning them. Our hearts
Did
were
you
like
say espresso?
something out of our chest. Yes, espresso. And with something out of our chest, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Fucking what did we do wrong here? Like,
You know, I'm really enjoying Devil, you making Gal uncomfortable by saying espresso, but I have to ask, are you the kind of guy who also says library?
I say so many words wrong, dude. Like, don't even have me say. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I have to say it. Breakfast. I misspeak all the time. It's just my thing.
And Gal was giving me shit this weekend because I muddled through the word lioness.
Hey, look, he can pronounce it now.
Eat it, Gal.
I don't have one handy right now. Thanks.
I'll loan you one.
Oh man, you know, I kind of am regretting deleting a bunch of the fucking little clips and overlays that I used to have on there because oh no, I got one for you right here.
It's a dick pic.
It's a big black dick pic. It's it. I got rid of a bunch of other stuff though. That's really my only dick joke that I still have on here.
Nice.
I do have this one. It's not about dicks, but it is fun.
You okay, Bear? Hey, boo
Oh, that
boo.
movie.
You want another line?
Ranger Rick's head is in the basket. Now what's in the picnic basket? It's Ranger Rick's head. He's holding all my cocaine. Cocaine Bear was awesome.
It was terrible.
Shut up. It was awesome.
Fuck you. No, awful.
That is
awful.
That is one of those crappy things where they take like a story that is 1,000,000% not even close to what happened.
Mhm.
Like Bear fucking snorted cocaine and he died instantly. Didn't attack anybody, did none of that shit. The rest of that movie is completely false.
And it was Ray Liotta's last fucking movie. That is
Yeah,
depressing.
I'll agree with you that's sad. You know that Ray Liotta did a cheesy B film. You know, for his last film, although he did appear to enjoy being in it, from what I saw. It was a good movie. It was fun. It was that was the important thing. It was fun. Of course, it was fucking over the top and ridiculous and not remotely based on anything in reality whatsoever.
It was not fun.
You know?
Not fun.
You know what else is not remotely based on reality? Lord of the Rings. That's all I'm saying.
Your face.
One of these days, Alice.
The moon.
God.
I'm the only human who can correctly pronounce jewelry for some reason. Are you sure? Because I'm
Sure
pretty sure I
seems like
just did.
Sam just did. Jewelry. It's crazy.
It's like cavalry.
I'll take a
Most
swat at
people
it.
say
Cavalry?
cavalry.
I'll take a swat at it. Jury?
I mean,
No.
if it feels right, just go with it, I guess. Oh man, jewelry. Yeah, they do say jewelry.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's like
Nice.
how do people say nuclear?
Nuclear.
Yeah, that.
I saw a movie once where these Martians came to Earth and they got.
Mars attacks.
No, this was a different movie, older than that.
Those are easy.
Might be, but it was the one where they were just like, how hard is your own language, right? It's nuclear, not nuclear. Yeah.
There was one where they had these aliens in it. I remember watching it like on freaking sci-fi. I've never been able to find that movie again, but it was like a mix of Ninja Turtles with aliens. They were like, almost acted like teenagers, wore sunglasses, said dude and all those kind of
Nuclear.
yeah, and it was around the same time, and there were 5 of them, I believe. But I can't remember the name of it. I just remember the fucking annoying aliens, and they're fucking wearing like leather sleeveless jackets and shit. And
Did you just download the wrong movie and it got a little too weird?
no. I distinctively remember it. It was
Space
it was
movie?
it was on sci-fi. It was one of those cheesy ones that they show late at night, and there was nothing else on. So I was like, oh, okay.
I think I
But,
missed that one.
Yeah, I've never been able to find it again.
Were they half mice? Are you talking about
No.
the fucking bikers from Mars, biker mice from Mars? Is that
No,
it?
it wasn't a cartoon. It was like real practical effects. The people in the rubber suits type thing. And yeah, God, I can't remember any more of it, like the plot or anything like that. I just remember them. And the main one wore sunglasses, had a leather vest, and yeah, like I said, they talked like the Ninja Turtles, had that kind of like surfer retardedness. Hey man, what's your problem, dude?
And it was in the 90s.
Might have been late 80s, somewhere in there. But yeah, there were 5 of them. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't recall anything about that. But to be fair, there were a lot of ripoffs of the Ninja Turtles at that time. Oodles of them.
Oodles.
It's a word.
You thought that was gonna slip past, didn't you? Oodles?
No.
I'm not
No,
saying
it's
it's
a
not a
word.
word. I'm not saying it's not a word.
It means lots.
Thanks, Dad. Fuck. Oodles.
Anywho, I do have some footage of an incident that happened yesterday in Omaha, Nebraska, or outside of Omaha, Nebraska. This is from I think this was yesterday. I think you guys have seen this. I'm pretty sure I posted this in the chat. But it's a pretty intense video. Yeah. Bring up the right thing there. Okay. Holy fuck, that's loud.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's the volume at? I'm gonna drop that down a little bit. Look at that monster.
The video's choppy.
Yeah, you got to start sending this stuff to me and I can bring it up.
Oh, is it resin out?
It's like glitching. It goes real slow. Tornadoes having internet problems.
I was having internet problems. Everything's. everything is not awesome, contrary to what Disney or what fucking Lego movie will have you believe.
Now that's stuck in my head. Thanks. Again.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. Does that help? Yeah.
Yeah, super helpful. It's great. Thanks.
Where the fuck is the? There we go. All right. I just sent it to your DM there.
Oh, do you just want me to share it? I had it open.
I suppose I could just put this shit in the private chat too.
Yeah, you can share it if you already have it open. Yeah. Yeah. You can also put it in private chat. I can grab it from there. And add to stage.
Okay. Yeah, she's got it.
Yep.
Go to the right page. And
What I would not do is continue driving like the jackass on the right.
right.
He has to get to the Walmart. 80-20 hamburgers only, $4.99.
Like, it's kind of cool. It looks like it disappears in some places, like at the bottom of the funnel.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. This is fascinating shit.
Semi's overturned up here. Hey, let's get up to this guy real quick.
Yeah, it's all neat to fucking drive up on this shit till like a freaking piece of hay comes through your window and impales your brain.
Put it on your
Yeah.
right now. Filming that. You guys will help. Yeah, I got it.
I do applaud these guys for going up to the semi to make sure this dude's all right.
We've got we've got hazards on. All right. Oh my god. He's okay. He's okay.
Well, I tell him to get in the car and get the fuck out of there. You should just
Get him out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah, those things can turn around and come back the same direction.
That's still good. All right. But see how it kind of like disappears at the bottom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that. It starts to break apart. The wind gathers back and pulls it back in. Yeah,
Like you just watch it there. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, the winds themselves are invisible. Most of what you're seeing there is either clouds that have been sucked into it or dirt and debris that's been sucked up.
Yeah.
You know. So like just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening.
Right.
yeah.
know.
You'll actually have them where like you won't even see them there. All of a sudden, you'll just see a car like fucking almost flipped over, and you'll start seeing stuff being picked up by small funnels. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Hey, have you guys ever been in and around dust devils?
Yeah.
All time. Yeah, we get them here in
Yeah.
California quite a bit.
So that's essentially what they are. They're just really, really small. We used to. My mother would tell me stories. She grew up in the South in Texas and whatnot, and she told me stories about how, out in East Texas, she'd go out and she'd play in them. Essentially, like they would pick her up and spin her around and carry her for about 10 feet and set her down gently, and all that. And she was like, "Yeah, you just had to shut your eyes real tight because of all the sand," But
That happened to me when I was in Japan and a typhoon came out, took place. They happen semi-frequently, and when they're predicted, it's kind of like Colorado weather. Maybe it will, maybe it won't be as bad as they're predicting. But you would have to go out and if you wanted to go to the smoke pit, you'd go out and flak in Kevlar just in case for safety type purposes. And so I'd go out there and depending on how strong the winds gusts would be, it picked me up one time. It was hilarious.
Same
It's
thing
awesome.
happens if people sneeze around you, though. So it's
yeah. Anywho, yeah, there's I don't know, tornadoes. I find tornadoes fascinating. Been through a couple myself, not a lot, and they weren't I think the worst one was like a F2, and it was on the other end of town from where I was at. Um, I've been through places that have been hit by much bigger ones, but I was not present for those. It was Windsor, Colorado, for example, got hit by like a F4, flattened a school, and I think a grocery store.
Jesus.
And this was in mid-aughts, early aughts, somewhere in there. And it was pretty nasty. And actually, the tornado that did hit them, I was living in a place called Laramie at the time, which is about 80 miles north of 80, 90 miles north of where Windsor is on the Wyoming side. And the weirdest shit happened with that storm, right? So tornadoes typically they travel from the north in sort of a southeasterly direction, give or take, right? Is generally how they move. They also generally break up over uneven terrain, like for example, a mountain range,
Mhm.
right? It's like tunnels or funnels rather form all the time in the skies over the Rocky Mountains, but they very rarely ever touch down because the terrain kind of makes that wonky.
Impossible.
Same,
Well,
same reason you don't get a tornado in the heart of Chicago is because of all the big buildings make the way the wind works. They're weird. It's not to say that it couldn't happen. It's just very, very unlikely. But this particular storm, so it flattens this school, right? It decides it's going to travel northwest. It hops over that spur of the Rockies that's between Laramie and Fort Collins. Hit Laramie on the south side of town. At the same time, we got hit with like another smaller one on the north side of town. But it was just the strangest goddamn thing because not only was it doing all the things that it shouldn't have done or that they weren't known for doing, but that's quite a distance for a tornado that's petering out to travel anyway, let alone with to break up in terrain like that. So this is a strange thing.
did you see the message, Devil?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, the
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one. See, this is why you mention shit like this on stream, because then you have like a whole like army
Autists of the internet.
yeah, people can help you find these things. Yes, that's the one. I remember watching that. Yep.
See you later, Carrie.
Bye.
So yeah, it's just and I mentioned this to you, Gal, in the group chat, but my mother was a storm chaser for a while when she was in her 20s before I was born. All that, which I'm glad she wasn't still doing it after.
For a while. While she was pregnant with you.
Yeah, that too. I don't know that she wasn't, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
I hope not. I don't think so. I think she was a coal miner at the time, which is, I guess, arguably not any safer. But
Like,
it is what it is. I might be damaged. Who knows?
That's why Sam doesn't have fear of heights and was born with black lung. So
All right.
That's why I chain smoke. I'm not afraid of cancer. Cancer's got nothing on black lung. No, but it's just it's an interesting phenomenon. Like you see something like that, and you're struck with how insignificant you are.
Extra for
here's a
me.
force. Yeah, here's a force that is, for all intents and purposes, behaving as though it has a will of its own, right? And it doesn't take notice of you.
Yep.
Like it's not actively trying to hurt you, but it just ignores you. If you're in its way, you might get hurt. If you're not in its way, it doesn't care.
That's how it is with most natural disasters. I mean, same thing with tsunamis or any of that. You just see how powerful nature is. And how you have absolutely nothing against it,
How unpredictable, unmanageable, kind of like how we don't know how human interaction on the planet has affected it.
Yeah. Well, I would say that it was probably most likely the other way around.
That climate affected humans.
Yep.
Yeah. It seemed kind of logical, but who knows about logic?
Yeah. Climate change is a hoax. That's right. I said it
Yeah.
on YouTube.
It's also arrogant to assume that us, piddly
Right.
little humans are affecting something as large and powerful as Earth itself, nature, and all that. Yeah, it's arrogance.
It is indeed. I don't know. The whole thing smacks of, like, the fact of the matter is human beings need something to make themselves feel important.
Yeah.
They need
Yeah.
that. We have that ingrained in us. And I realize this is probably this is probably an interesting panel to hear this coming from, because none of us are super fans of
Bullshit.
yeah. Yeah, we could go with that.
To paint it with a broad brush.
Very, very broad brush. Yes. The broadest of brushes, as possibly the former president would say.
Oh God.
It's so broad, everybody says that it's the broadest.
People say, I don't know. I say people.
Yeah. Like, I don't know who these people are. It's not me, but these people over here, they're saying it. I've been working on my Trump impression. But
Keep
it's
trying.
we feel like we need to be special. We need to have some. It isn't so much that we have to be special, it's that we must have purpose. There's a driving need in all men. And by men, I mean the species. Again, I can't believe that I have to fucking clarify that. For purpose. We need purpose, something that gives us a meaning, a motivation to continue on. And for a lot of people, that purpose is religion. And for a lot of religions, that purpose, those religions state that, like in particular, the Abrahamics, God made man in his image and placed him above all others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, fine, cool with that, whatever. So explain why pulsars are a thing. Right.
God forgot he made those. That's all that is.
You guys know what a pulsar is? It's a kind of star that shoots out like high intensity concentrations of X and gamma radiation out of its poles, and it spins at like super fast speeds, so that it's constantly, like, when you look into the stars and you see one of them is like is blinking, but it's blinking different colors and it's doing it very rapidly. Typically that's a pulsar. You'll usually get like the red and blue spectrum off of that. If one of those poles is ever aimed directly at Earth through chance or fate or whatever, it will cook the planet's surface clean in an instant. Right? A pulsar does not care about humanity's purpose or worth. It doesn't even know about us. Why would something exist like that out in the universe that could potentially destroy all life, in less time than it takes to, say it?
Because God liked the pretty colors.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe God's a gambler.
Maybe it's just his glasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, yeah, and it's I guess my point is like, you look at things like these tornadoes and things like tsunamis and earthquakes and volcanoes and mudslides, all the fun stuff. And if that isn't enough to make you feel insignificant, just think about how that is just this planet. That is just the most powerful things that we run across on this planet, and that there are other planets, even in our own solar system, that experience things that make our disasters look like little bitches.
Yep.
You know, that
Yep.
red spot on Jupiter is a hurricane 300 times bigger than our planet. Like you could fit 300 Earths in the red spot. Yeah. It's, you know, or the sulfuric acid storms on Venus, right? It doesn't rain water there. These kinds of things, and I see these things, and I'm reminded of how very insignificant that we are. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't find purpose, you shouldn't find meaning. I think you absolutely should, but I think it should be tempered with a healthy dose of humility. And this climate change bullshit lacks humility.
Yeah, it does.
So, yes, Clue, I'm saying we can't migrate to Jupiter. That's simply not possible. I mean, you could go there, but you're not going to survive.
Yeah, there's like they were talking about how hard it is to find a planet that could fit, sustaining human life, and how it's such a rarity in planets to find something that's like Earth, perfect in the temperatures that we could actually live and survive in, oxygen, all the different criterias you would need for a livable, sustainable planet is actually extremely rare. And why they're having all these telescopes trying to find planets that are literally 40, years of space travel away at some point just to reach. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, the whole thing is just so fucking stupid. Like anybody with, I should say common sense, but I guess that's not a thing anymore.
It's not a common virtue.
Yeah.
Say that.
I guess anybody with a working fucking brain should be able to look at the data available and be like, oh, okay, so it's, a third of a degree warmer than it was 200 years ago.
Right. They don't want to be that honest, though.
You go back further, it was cooler, it was warmer, it was cooler. I think something like I don't know, around Robin Hood's time, it was like quite a bit warmer than it is now worldwide. It comes and it goes. It's part of the natural life cycle. We do not have the power to change that.
Yeah.
And not just from living.
Well, if you look in historical records and stuff, they constantly are finding things that prove that this is all bullshit. Like you have Gavin, I'm a bitch Newsom, talking about California having their drought. We've kind of gone over it. Now we're getting too much water, but that's just usual for here. But we had a drought for quite a few years there, and they're saying this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't climate change. Completely, not acknowledging that at one point there was a drought so severe in Egypt for so many years that it literally dried up the Nile. Like they have records of this.
Well, if you go back far enough, the Sphinx was built in a time well before the pyramids, when there was lush jungle there and not desert.
Yeah, the Earth goes in its own cycles. We have nothing to do with it. We have no control over it. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
It's easy to get consistency with your argument when you scare everyone into the same answer, or bribe them into it. The reason that most climate change scientists will say that they believe in global warming, why? Because that's where the money is. If you take a job as a climate scientist and you want grants and you want money, guess what you do? You say, I'm going to prove climate change exists. Oh, here's money. If you go into them and say, hey, I want to disprove climate change, no money. Isn't that kind of funny? So what are you going to freaking vote your opinion?
If the sky isn't falling, how can they control us?
Yeah.
And where do you think their money comes from with those grants? There's my tinfoil hat that I wear.
Well, no, it's true though. I mean, there are a handful of people behind this sort of thing. They are throwing a lot of money at researchers, quote unquote researchers, and experts, and what have yous, to say these things. And the fact of the matter is that experts, like anybody else, are human and can be bought. It's just a fact. You know, it's not that difficult, particularly in a field where you know, everybody is scrambling and competing for grant money for their research, right? You're absolutely going to say whatever the guy with the checkbook comes along and tells you to say.
Yeah.
You know, so you can do your own thing over here. You know, it's just I can't. And maybe some of them are in earnest. Maybe some of them are. I can't believe that, you know, people who are supposed to be that smart are that stupid. But you know, it's the climate's going to change whether you want it to or not, but it's going to do it on its timetable, not ours. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like they want to play this whole like, you know, oh, we're all doomed game. I can do that too. You know, we are all doomed, and furthermore, we're doomed to cosmic insignificance. When we're gone as an individual or as a species, nothing will remain that remembers us or cares about us in any way.
Yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, how long men have been on the earth, mankind has been walking the earth, is a minute amount of time of the existence of the earth. So yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna come and go, and in the broad history, the life of Earth, we are gonna be but a speck of time to it.
Yeah. Yep. We are. How did that song go? You know, all we are is dust in the wind.
Yep.
You
I love that song.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's a good
that was
song.
another song I sing in karaoke. Same old song,
Yeah.
just a drop of water in an endless sea.
Yeah, it is a good song, and it gets the point across that I'm trying to make here very, very well. And it again, I have to stress this. I am not trying to strip meaning from anyone. I'm really not. You know, if you find meaning in whatever it is that gives it to you, you know, go for it. Because the fact is that while I do believe that it is a red, carnivorous, and indifferent universe, right? I do believe this. That doesn't the fact is that we are here, right?
Mhm.
And we do have this driving need to fill this hole in us, this need for purpose. So I say go for it, you know, because while we're here, we might as well make the best of it. We might as well give it as much meaning as we possibly can. And if these climate activists, the real climate activists, the ones who believe this with their heart and mind, you know, they go out there and they honestly think that they're doing, you know, the best possible thing. I don't really have an issue with them finding purpose in doing that. I really don't. Where I take issue with is people like fucking Greta Trollberg, you know, coming out here and telling us, you know, oh well, you gotta reduce carbon, and there, you know what the way to reduce carbon is, and then she goes around fucking bussing and flying planes and shit to all
Mhm.
these conferences all over the fucking place, faking getting arrested, you know, and just like
How
people like
dare
that, I
you?
have with because she is not trying to find purpose for herself. She is trying to shit stir and stomp on other fucking people.
She's a mouthpiece for her more radical freaking parents and handlers.
Mhm.
You're not special if you just sit there and pirate people who are puppeting you's fucking talking points and think you're fucking smart just because you have some mental fucking illness.
The devil, how dare you? Fucking twat. I can say that now that she's an adult, by the way, and
I would have said it when she
she's a
was
twat.
5.
I can say it on YouTube now that she's an adult.
Yeah, now on YouTube, yes.
There are rules about that.
Like, when she was at her youngest age scene there giving people shit, I'd have been like, yeah, spin, bitch.
Well,
I don't care.
that's why they chose her as a spokesperson, because she was that young, because she was somewhat shielded from criticism, you know, because like you know, well, how dare you go after somebody so young, kind of shit. That's why she became the poster girl for this shit, right?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised if they pick a new one now that she's kind of aging out.
yeah. All through human history, we acknowledge the kids are not the smartest. They have to grow. They have to get life experience. But then, yeah, somehow, because Greta was freaking 11 years old and bitching about climate change, all the grown-ups in the room should shut the fuck up and listen to this pubescent twat. Made no sense.
Yeah. You know, and I don't know. I just things like that, things like Just Stop Oil, which is fuck those guys. I don't believe that those people actually have a problem with oil production. I think they just looking to destroy shit that was made by other people. You know,
Yeah.
I think they're anarchists. No, and that's that kind of shit. That's not what I'm talking about when I say find meaning. Like they, you know, the whole religion angle. I don't have a problem with people having whatever faith. You know, I don't. You know, in terms of like what you do with your life, like somebody's really into carpentry and they want to make the best fucking table ever made. You know, I say go ahead, fucking pursue that. That seems worthy to me. You know, so yeah, so I guess I'm just trying to say that I'm not trying to as I have a tendency to do, bring down the room.
Actually, I was the one that changed the conversation into climate change, so it's my fault this time.
Yeah, but you knew where I was going to go.
Yeah, but still my fault.
Oh shit! I haven't closed down the green-haired anti-liberal remembrance chat group yet. I forgot.
Yeah, I know. I'm still in it.
I kind of I feel bad when I freaking delete conversation. Like it's all gonna
Don't
be
feel
over.
bad talking as though I'm dead.
We should start it back up. RIP 2 Electric Boogaloo.
RIP 2. I just, you know, I said this to Gal last night. I didn't actually sit down and take the time to do this, but I was very, very close to putting together an in memoriam video. I just need to go back through all the, like the ball busters and the SITVs and the Vest Hawkins and whatnot and find like choice moments, you know, and just sort of string them together in this like in memoriam, we wish thee well kind of montage. Now I was thinking about playing it on this show, but I was like, well, you know, if I do that, I might as well just put it up in its entirety on Twitter by its onesie and let people freak the fuck out. And then I was like, nah, it's probably taking it too far.
That'd be funny if they'd start like a GoFundMe for her family. Like, she's all, what?
As long as in this in memoriam, my replies get put into it.
Yeah. No, it would be open to everybody.
Your masturbation gifts in the
They
memoriam.
were not. They're out of context censors.
Yeah, but it would have been like, you know, like the bikini thing that you did on fucking Ballbusters, the ooh thing, you know, just like fun choice moments of you just like letting your guard down and saying the wrong thing kind of shit.
And we'll get that song In the Arms of the Angel, but we'll have to get like a freaking offhanded one so it doesn't sound exactly right.
We could just get Paul to do it.
Yeah, with like harmonica.
You know he would.
We'll have like I'll make like a little meme videos of us all crying over caskets and shit. Paste our heads on there.
This by the way, for those of you watching who are new to our little friend group here, this is how we talk to our friends.
Yeah,
you know how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah, it's something that happened on the back end. Gal said something, got a couple of the people scared that she was in a car accident, and so I decided to make her life miserable for 3 hours because of it.
I even clarified, like, we're not involved. We were just passing by.
It was still fucking funny. You did clarify, and you did it right away too. You didn't let them leave them hanging. You know,
yeah, like it was in the same message.
And I didn't think anything of it. And then Devil, he sends me a message right away, and he goes, "Dude, we got to make a thing of this." I was like, "All right."
Yeah, we started on all of our different chat groups because we all like all the shows have a chat group essentially. So a lot of us are in like 6 or 7 of them. And so I started in like all the ones that I knew Gal was in because I knew that she'd probably be seen there raging after about 5 minutes. And it was going so well because when she puts a message out saying you guys are all retarded, that you've hit that mark. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna create a chat group called the Green Haired Anti-Liberal Memoriam Chat Group, and
And I just let you guys keep doing your shit.
yeah, till you ruined the fun. But so we all kind of just went in there and started playing. Professor Savage Dad was putting memes up of all these little pictures where gals like a foot tall. Uwu will be remembered or something. I think Adam put in there. Sam was putting in songs, like sad songs, like totally close to the heart. And then I would answer back like, that was our song.
It's so fucking funny. I had a great time doing that, and I get though, like if I were you, gal, I'd be more pissed probably about the fucking notifications blowing up my shit for 3 hours than I would for anything else.
Where you snooze conversations indefinitely, so no
Yeah.
notifications are received.
Yeah, when you do one of these, you have to add the person you're actually fucking with to the chat. So there's all these people memorializing her, and then at the end, green-haired anti-liberal is a member of the chat. I love what was it? Lauren said something about gal's ghost just talked to me or something. And yeah, what did I put? Oh god, I had a good answer to that one. Hold on, I'll find. Oh, that's when the dirty things gal was putting in there started. Jesus Christ. Had to go pervert it up. Oh, the lesbian jacket, talking about if you had any lesbian jackets that Mazza would like them to remember you by.
Yeah, coming into my house and stealing my shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. It broke down to us talking about like splitting her shit up and who would get what. But after Lawrence talked about the ghost thing, I put, I wish her ghost would talk to me. I would tell it ditto. The cry face.
That was
You're
good.
okay.
I haven't even. That was probably the most fun I've had since the whole pickle thing.
Stein, yes, definitely. Every once in a while, we find something to entertain ourselves, like 5-year-old children.
Yeah. Look,
And then you get all busy when I entertain myself back.
You can doom scroll all day long, and yeah, there's some enjoyment to be had out of that if you're weird and not healthy like me. But it's not gonna sustain you for long. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to do something big, like drop a power couch on a bunch of unsuspecting pickles, which sets off an entire thing, for a week.
That's exactly it, Andy Pickle. That's what the uwu is. It's revenge.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to mess my head up.
She was gonna do it again, then she caught herself.
Not doing it.
Yeah. Look, though, like I've said before, like you gotta find the things that bring you joy and laughter. That's this is a dark world, and a lot of bad shit is happening constantly. It's very hard with the connectivity of today to find any escape from it, any reprieve from the awful shit that is assaulting our senses day in and day out. So sometimes you make a little bit of fun, and sometimes you poke a little bit of fun at a good friend for hours, and it's nice.
You missed the golden opportunity, gal. You should have went in there instead of putting all those dirty gifts. You should have went in there and said, "I miss her too."
I was ignoring it for a very long time to make y'all think that something did happen.
That was that's kind of what I thought you were doing, and that was fucking. It worked.
Wouldn't that have been fucked up as shit if we're all joking? We're all like, "Why isn't Gal like actually getting on?" And then all of a sudden, we actually find out that Gal got in an accident because she was getting all the notifications and got pissed and crashed.
So that's why I don't do white lies to work. Like if I just don't feel like going into work and I'm calling in sick, like, oh, I've used that excuse or something. Like I'm not going to say, oh, something happened to my brother or my parents or something like that. I ain't putting that shit out into the world. So I'm just saying.
Oh. Hey, you're still alive. You can't use it. If something would have happened, I'd feel bad for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is
Uh.
technically harassment, but she gives as good as she gets, like I said earlier, and like there was what was it? It was like 3 or 4 days straight. You went ham on Cloud for some random comment he made that I
wasn't
think
a
got
random
lost in the
comment.
shuffle.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
actually, it was a random comment. Like he shared an image and said, "Hey, it's Gal's Bush" or something like that. And
Yeah, you don't know the heinous shit she's done to that poor little fella. He'll say something just completely innocuous, and she'll
Yeah, it was
just
brutal.
she's not really mad, but she'll fucking make him think that he fucked up so bad, and because he has no spine, he fucking is like sitting there for 3 days, afraid to come on Twitter because Gal will be just sitting there, just waiting to like bully the little bastard for no reason.
I haven't done that to him in a hot
What?
minute.
It
So,
wasn't
yeah.
even just you though. You got Triss on him.
Yeah, you bring
Was
other
fucked
people in
up.
too. You're just
No,
mad at me.
I
You're
didn't
mad at me.
bring Triss in to attack him. I asked her for assistance and she gave me some memes. That is all. He, in other conversations, brought her into it to where she started memeing him for meming's sake in retaliation.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
has
Triss is,
fucking anxiety issues because of Gal.
It is not because of me.
You see somebody with green hair and he fucking gets into like a little fucking fetal position and starts like crying. Don't fucking offer.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Real quick, Zillage is just coming in now. I guess you missed last night's debut of this particular avatar. Yes, I did. And they're real and they're spectacular. Wouldn't nobody gets that?
Mm-mm.
I know it's from
Seinfeld.
touching that with
Terry
Careful.
Hatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played Dolores, whose name rhymes with clitoris, and she had these fantastic titties. And right before she broke up with Seinfeld, she goes, and by the way, yes, they're real and they're spectacular.
Never watched Seinfeld.
Oh man, that was a good episode. Not as good as the Soup Nazi episode, but still pretty good. Man, you remember back in the day when you could say the word Nazi and people didn't automatically just like lose their shit? Right? You take Seinfeld, for example. They did an episode about a guy that they refer to as a soup Nazi. They call him that because of the way he runs his restaurant, right? You come in and you offend him in the slightest way. You say anything other than soup, please, thank you, and leave, pay and leave. Then he bans you from it. And the problem is that he makes the best soup in the city, right? So everybody wants the soup, but he's very, very strict. And he's like, no soup for you, and bans you from his restaurant kind of shit. So people start like sending proxies to get the soup for them kind of thing. And then he figures that out and bans them too. So they call him a soup Nazi. Nobody in the entire episode lays emphasis on the word Nazi, except as it applies to his behavior with his soup line, right? They don't talk about like, they don't go into Holocaust stuff. They don't talk about how put upon Jews are and all that stuff. And I by the way, this is a show that was conceived and produced and starred Jews. Whoa. What is that?
Holy crap. What was that?
I think we're being spied on.
Hold on, is it me?
Fuck Big Brother.
No, but I could still hear it even though I was muted.
Maybe it's me, but I don't know what you're hearing, so that's probably why.
Oh, you don't hear it?
No.
You didn't hear anything? Okay. It was
Yeah,
sort of like it's like feedback on a microphone, like you get in a concert hall.
Yeah.
Did it go away when I muted?
I don't hear it now, but yeah.
It's very, very low though. Very low now.
Maybe it was the pulsar.
Oh,
did we lose her?
Probably she's probably resetting her stuff, dropping out and then coming back in.
Yeah, maybe it was. It
did that to her the other day on her show. Like her mic all of a sudden just fucked up. It's StreamYards. It's something to do with StreamYards. They're fucking shit up.
I think collectively we might have to. I keep saying this and I keep not doing it. It's the same thing as the fucking the Rumble thing. Until I'm forced to do it, I'm probably not going to change. But I need to look into other streaming software.
Yeah, like Restream and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I've heard Restream's not any better. Like it's got its own problems.
I know that's the one that Static uses, but
yeah,
I think Horror does too.
Yeah, she does. Am I better? Do you hear it anymore?
Yeah, you're good.
No, you're good.
Okay.
The Pulsar got her. Trust me, dude. If the Pulsar had got her, it would have gotten all of us. So it's you were talking like a beam that would cook the solar system.
You're a beam that would cook the solar system.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It's not supposed to.
Like it doesn't even make sense why you would say that. It's like, okay, I guess.
Thanks.
So I do have this other thing I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to bring it up on screen because it's kind of a lot of shit. So this kind of plays into commies changing shit to suit their purposes, right? To like confuse the masses and to get them to go along with stuff and to be like, oh, hey, this is like, really a good thing when it's really not. And having just read Animal Farm, I know Gal, we'll see the parallel. So this talks about after the French Revolution, right, which was in the late 1700s, early 1800s, right? That they cut the head off the king, the reign of terror happened. A bunch of other people got fucking decapitated by people who supposedly had good intentions. A guy named Robespierre, for example, I think was the man who was spearheading that, and then kind of became a dictator for a little while. And they were taking out aristocrats left and right and all that stuff. So after they do the French Revolution, they're like, we're going to get rid of the monarchy and establish a good system that works for everybody. And, they were early commies, essentially. They decided they had this other idea. I don't know if you guys heard about this, to make the day 10 hours long.
Wait, what? Like the work day?
Yeah. Like the day, like 24-hour day, to make it 10 hours. 10 long hours.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What? No.
Now, it talks about how they adopted a whole new calendar. It fucked up not just the days, but the months and the weeks and all that shit. Says they did it to eliminate religious consciousness from the French society because you work 6 days and on the 7th day you rest like God did. So this was to do that, to make time more quote unquote rational and to announce the birth of the egalitarian era. And it says here in this thread that I got, it's in their zeal they forgot an important factor, human nature. And I keep saying that in commies, by the way, they always forget about fucking human nature. They never factor that shit into their equations.
You're never getting your utopia because of human nature.
So they had eventually redone this whole thing. It says they overestimated the power of science and underestimated the stickiness of religion. And keep in mind, again, turn of the century, 19th century. So this would have been a very religious time. This would have been like just around the time the Age of Reason started. So 1 hour equals 100 minutes. 1 minute equals 100 seconds. And the new year shifted from the 1st of January to the 22nd of September.
Solstice?
I think it says in here, I don't remember why, so I'll have to scroll down to find that. But
because solstice is normally on like the 21st or 22nd.
Yeah. So in France, from 1793 to 1805, 1 week had 10 days. The 7th day, traditionally a holiday or holy day, became a typical weekday, an attempt at secularization, which is what they were trying to do get people to forget to go to church,
You're cutting out, Sam.
to forget which day was Sunday. Of course I am. Fucking hell.
But it always lets you cuss, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but back now.
We got the fucking hell.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were attempting to bury Sunday and make everybody forget about it,
Shocking.
to secularize everything. No, so it was a 10-day cycle. Let's see. Yep, it was meant to disrupt the traditional sacred 7-day cycle. Forget about Sundays, don't go to church anymore, that kind of thing. It also made people work more. Instead of working 6 days and having a day and then taking a day off, they would work 9 days and then take a day off. Right, which you can imagine probably didn't go over well with the masses.
No shit. Fuck.
You know, they were the whole revolutionary calendar didn't really matter. They had mathematicians and astronomers construct this whole other thing. It was really fucking. I think they did something similar in Stalinist Russia earlier in the 20th century too. Yep. Let's see if I can find the image of the actual calendar. Yeah, the people hated the new calendar, made him work for 9 days. Plus, it was confusing.
Right.
They had to make special clocks that
And
translated
the rest
the one
of the
calendar
world?
to the other. Yeah. It was only in France at this time, by the way. The rest of the world was fucking doing things the same way. They
Yeah.
always had.
Like, it's one thing when calendars start on a Sunday versus end on a Sunday, like for the week. God, ew, why? Just don't do that.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring this up, if it will allow me to do so. This is the clock that they used for conversions.
I just see a bloody handprint.
Is it not
It
showing?
came up. No, it came up. I was teasing you. What?
I don't like that.
What?
Yeah.
What the?
So this was made so that they could convert their new calendar from the old calendars for people who were confused. I would argue that this made things worse
What,
in terms of confusion.
It's like, what are you doing? Stop.
Yeah, it's a weird little thing. There is the calendar itself. It actually has both that one and the Stalinist calendar from when he did the thing, which we'll bring up in just a second. I'm gonna do this one first. Hopefully this comes through. I'll link you to this thread there, Gal, if you're interested. But this is essentially their uncomplicated new awesome calendar.
I'm not awake enough for this.
Yeah, don't look awesome to me.
It looks like a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's supposed to look like? That's what I
Well,
get out of this.
You got top right is autumn, then spring is over there, or I don't know, winter. I don't speak fucking French. Whatever, it's a dumb language.
Calendar, free time, like what? I don't know what that means. No, thank you.
I'm just, if you look at the numbers, it's like, oh my god, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But definitely, it's one of the strangest things that I've heard about. I didn't actually know that about the French revolutionaries. I think I did hear something about the Stalinists doing it. And actually, here is the image of the Stalinist calendar, which is based a little bit more reasonably on the Gregorian calendar. Also, this is not in English either, so apologies about that. So the idea for the color coding was that, yeah, because it is color coded. You get a color, right? And
Mhm.
if your color is on that day, you don't have to work that day. But none of your friends and family have the same color you do.
Of course.
So nobody gets a day off together with people they care about, ever. You know? So this was the way they did it back in the day. Super fun. Anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to introduce something like this again here soon. You know,
Fuck
something
that shit,
possibly
I'm
global.
out.
Pretty much, yeah. It's not
I'll
going to
live in
stick
the
this time. Either.
sewers with Edgar Friendly and the rats.
Rat burgers.
Yeah, you know what though? If you care to peruse it, I will put the link in the chat. It's on Twix. It's a fascinating read. So I do recommend that.
No, the fuck it wasn't. Oh my god, sorry. I looked at something and I shouldn't have. I don't know who the fuck you are, bitch.
I don't know who you're talking to.
I looked at something on Twitter.
Ah,
A notification. Someone commented on my irritation at the Aiden Chronicles stuff, and this is what she said. The game is good though, which, setting that aside for now, dialogue in the English Suikurens was just as bad. LOL. Bitch, no, it wasn't.
I don't think she played Suikoden.
That's exactly, like, don't fucking at me, bro. Like, Jesus.
And honestly, the dialogue's not that bad in Aiden either. It's really not.
Like, the examples that I read from it, like the chud thing really bothered me because obviously, fuck off.
Yeah, because that's modern fucking,
Speed
for right.
Um,
Which is so funny because it actually fits left wingers more. Like they don't.
Yes.
Speaking of really bad fucking movies that only I'm aware of, there was two movies in the '80s called CHUD. It's an acronym. It means Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dweller. Right.
Well,
it's about mutants who live in the sewers who eat hobos.
It's just like most of their language identifies them more than us. It's like they call us Nazis. Well, do you really know about the Nazis
Right.
and what they tried to accomplish? It fits
Let
you
me
guys more.
educate you.
Racist. Their policies are a lot more racist than ours, like.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's.
Well, and just like we talked about with friggin' Animal Farm, like Snowball is Trump, or Trump is Snowball, technically.
Yeah. Yep.
He's just
Yep. There was
the
CHUD and there was
constant.
CHUD too. Bud the CHUD.
Oh god.
They were good movies too. I think Jeff Goldblum's in one of them.
Automatically makes it good.
It does. Like,
That'd
have
be
you
a
ever
good
seen
movie.
Transylvania 65000?
Huh?
What was
What'd
that?
you
Devil?
say, Sam?
Oh, I just asked if you had seen Transylvania 65000. Jeff
Okay.
Goldblum, Gina Davis.
No.
No.
With Gina
Fucking great.
Davis?
Yeah, she plays a vampire in very Skippy Vampirella looking stuff.
Oh, good lord.
This is around the time when they got when those two got married. They made like 3 different movies together. This one, the Fly remake, and the Cronenberg version, and I don't remember what the other one was.
Didn't know they ever got married.
I like the Fly
Yeah.
remake. That was good.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of my favorite movies. Speaking of mad science, speaking of science fiction and horror crossing. Oh, that's a very good remake. Very good movie. Jeff Goldblum got fucking robbed in the Oscars that year, along with the practical effects department. I think actually won. No. Yeah,
Oscars are such.
Yeah, Earth Girls Was Easy was another one they weren't together.
that's the other one. That's the one I couldn't remember. Yeah,
He
it was all
plays
within
the-
like a 2-year period.
Yeah. He plays the head fuzzy alien horny dude.
So you,
What?
fuzzy head.
Oh, you got it. Got it.
On the image.
Short hair.
I'm talking about the image of your avatar.
No, I can't consider myself fuzzy no more now that I have no arm hair.
Yeah, that was avoidable.
cute.
I still maintain that was avoidable.
Man, I need to do like a more in memoriam page to my arm hair.
Yeah.
Gone too soon.
Never to return.
Yeah.
Never
Fucking
the same
wax-
again.
Fucking waxing.
All right. But yeah, I just thought you guys would like to know about that little tidbit from the past back when. I mean, you know, the left and the right thing that comes from the French Parliament, right?
Nope.
Like back in the day, the one political party sat on the right side of their parliament hall, and the other political party sat on the the left side. That's where the terms left and right wing come from.
Yeah.
And it.
I didn't know it was like the French BS.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was the French have influenced us far more than we are comfortable admitting. So much so that we named purely American foods after them.
Yeah.
It just.
French fry.
If you're out there and you're watching this and you're listening and you're French, I'm sorry that you're French. Yeah, my condolences. But your country sucks, your history sucks, and your language sucks.
Yeah. Damn surrender monkeys.
Yeah. Did you seen that Captain America panel where he's beating the shit out of another guy and who told him to surrender, and he stands up and he points at the A on his head and he's like, "Do you think this A on my head stands for France?" It's awesome.
Stands for
No, and I don't actually have a problem with like French people as people, like individually. I don't have, in the same way that I don't have a problem with individual Catholics, but I have a problem with Catholicism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Or
I get along
like China. Chinese people.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the average Chinese person at all.
CCP.
I do have a problem with the country and its policies and its government. Absolutely.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I don't hate individual French people because they're French, but I do kind of hate French as an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea of it. It's like when they say, "Well, you're more in love with the idea of me than really me," and it's like, well, I really hate the idea of French more than the French. Yeah. But also, you guys eat snails, and that's fucked up.
And fish eggs, right?
Or
They ate a
caviar.
bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. French cooking is kind of all over the place. They learned how to cook everything in butter and cream.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well,
Yeah.
you think they're keto before keto?
Yeah, they're French, man. It's like, what are you gonna do? And like the language is retarded. It's supposed to be Latin based, but you know what the other Latin languages do? Fucking pronounce the entire word.
Mm-hmm.
They don't leave off.
Like,
half
why
of it.
have the letters?
Right?
Yeah, and you know what the French like? Espresso.
Sam. Control your man.
He's making me laugh though.
I like how I just said control your man, and you just breezed right past it. Because he's making you laugh. The cameras are off, chat.
Nothing gay here. Nothing gay at all. Move along.
Yeah, I stream from Sam's lap.
So what you guys don't know is that he's really just a husk of a devil. I don't know. I operate them by inserting tentacles into various orifices and
Ew,
moving
ew,
shit
ew, ew,
around.
ew, ew,
It's,
ew, ew,
it's
ew,
sort of
ew,
like
ew, ew,
Sesame
ew.
Street,
Gross,
but
gross,
way
gross, gross,
grosser.
gross, gross. Nope, I'm done. No more listening to Sam.
I think I grossed you out enough for one weekend, haven't I?
Yes, for like a month.
Yeah. I
Gross.
said some shit last night that was pretty bad too.
Not as bad as that. Gross. Ugh.
Yeah.
No
Gaping.
tentacle porn. Gross. Weird.
Orifices. Yeah, it's a good. It's an appropriate word. An orifice is simply a hole in the body. We have lots of them. So.
Ugh.
I do apologize to chat, to everybody out there watching. I didn't really plan this show out very good.
Very well.
I set it up last night and went to sleep, and I woke up about an hour before we started. So, you know, but I think it's been a lot of fun though. I've enjoyed it, and as always, I do enjoy being here with you guys, bantering, you know, throwing shit and see what sticks. It is how it is.
Same. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, so that's why I'm a little.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, you've been getting like progressively lower by centimeters in that chair since you got on it.
I know.
You're just sinking. It's not
I mean,
helping
a lot
with the
has
height
to-
thing.
Yeah, well, lean into it, lower into it, whatever. There's also this thing here that's being needy, so.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Zillage, that was not on Beelzebub, that was on Abyssal Musings, and that was Larry's fault, not mine. Yeah, I don't ever want to know about that. I wish I didn't know about that. He comes up with this shit just to put things in my brain that are going to stay there. So for context,
Thanks.
now there's a fad going around. People are trying to sell women on the idea of inserting their vaginas with salmon semen.
What?
Talk about swimming upstream.
What?
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the article again because I kind of blocked most of that conversation out. But yeah, that's apparently a thing now. I don't remember exactly why they're doing it. It has something to do with like natural lubricant or some shit like that. I don't know. It's hormonal. It's like got the what is the vitamin that everybody's so keen on getting from fish oils? I forget what it's called.
I don't know. I can't get past the fact that you just said vitamin. The fuck, are you British?
That's the part of everything I've just said that bothers you most.
Yes. I don't know what the vitamin is in fish oil.
Oh, Comedy Zombie. Hey, welcome in, man. B6. That's what he's saying. That probably sounds right. I don't know. I don't take fish oils, and I certainly don't take fish semen. Oh, here comes a man to explain right now. Hi, Lawrence.
Yes, folks, you too can get
Oh,
your hands. If you've
Jesus.
got $500, you can get your hands on salmon sperm injected directly into your vaginal canal, I guess, or some part of it to boost your sex life.
Thanks, Zillage.
A lot of older women come to me and say they're not having any kind of sexual arousal anymore, says Amanda, as an aesthetic nurse who runs clinics in London, Liverpool, and North Wales told the Daily Mail. So we do have the O shot, and they're reporting stronger and more frequent orgasms, increased natural lubrication, and greater sexual arousal.
But first, you got to fuck a fish.
Is this just what Ozempic is, and they're calling it the O shot so people don't actually connect the two? That thing that everybody's using to lose weight that's like a diabetic shot?
It might be.
Oh, it's a pill too. But apparently, the Koreans, according to this article, the Koreans have been using it in their skincare products for many years, and I've seen personally when I was stationed there, it doesn't work. If they were using it back when I was there. The fishy semen has been a staple in Korean skincare for many years, often mentioned on products' ingredient lists or injected into the face. Huh. Jennifer Aniston revealed that she once sampled a salmon sperm facial, admitting to the Wall Street Journal that she will try almost anything to keep her skin looking young. You're failing, lady.
Yeah, gross.
Ew.
So earlier in the podcast, when I was talking about finding purpose, this is not what I meant.
Mm-mm. No.
If you've decided that your purpose is to inject as many women as possible with the semen of another fucking species, like maybe
Ew.
rethink your priorities, dude. You know?
I have no plans on using it. Black don't crack.
Well, you don't have a vagina either.
Nope.
It's not the
And
most.
even if I
Although,
did, it'd be a black one.
Devil
and it
can't say
won't
the
crack.
same.
what?
That you don't have a vagina because you're a woman. I love you, Devil. I'm
You're
sorry.
gonna just take that. Anywho,
So how do I answer back?
yeah.
Well, you have a penis.
No,
What?
Let's get as
Definitely
schoolyard
do
as
not.
possible about it. Yeah. So no, you.
At least I denied it.
I'm the
Saying.
devil. I can have whatever the fuck I want.
There's a better thing. Good job. Little late. Work on your timing. Good job.
Zillich, it's your fault.
Yeah, this seems like a good time to end the show.
I'm loopy and tired. I'm sorry.
Maybe we should show Gal the pee pants.
No,
I'm good. I'm solid.
no.
I'm good. Nope.
$800. No, they discounted it to $600, and it sold
gonna-
out. Gal, some guy made a pair of pants that looks like men have wet themselves, and it's actually selling online. It has sold out.
Can we end the science experiment now?
I mean,
Shut off the.
Ask Devil. He's the one putting all this
Spider.
nonsense in people's head. You're lucky. Now, I will tell you this. Now, there are articles, Sam, that I left off, and you better be thanking God that I did not put this one on here.
dude, really?
You're welcome.
No, I don't feel welcome. You just showed it to me.
I didn't go into the article, and I did it. How about this
Did they
fashion model that says that men can't resist her?
All right,
How about that one? I left that one off too.
I'm gonna close down the show, and now I'm gonna mute this guy over here. He keeps putting horrific things on my screen. So, anywho, this has been a fun show. I think it's probably good to stop here. I don't want to go over the shit we went over last night. But yeah, thanks everybody out there for watching and for hanging out with us while we descend into the madness with y'all. You know, it's been good. It's been fun. It's been a lot more. Hey, thank you. It's been a lot more loose this time around than usual. But I actually got a clip that I'm gonna steal from the Fallout show for exactly this sort of thing. Whenever we get off on a tangent, the bit where Alton Goggins says, "Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time." I'm gonna clip that out just for that. Maybe put my face on it. We'll see if I can figure out how CapCut works.
CapCut works with ByteDance, which is the TikTok thing.
What?
CapCut? You didn't see Adam put that in the group chat, Devil, for Ballbusters? CapCut Works is part of ByteDance, which is the like umbrella corporation thing of TikTok.
Oh, is this shit?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, we're gonna find a lot of problems like that because China's got their paws in everything. So
Pause.
AMC theaters too, if I'm not mistaken. Although they claim that they sold their shares.
I don't go to AMC's. But anyway,
really, Suka?
Suka's just gonna reply yes, really.
I was like, I'm gonna change your name to Suka Narc. Anyhow, thank you all for coming. Let's go around the horn and let people know where they can find you. Gal, what you got coming up?
Skinamax if I'm still awake. What time is it? In an hour and a half. Otherwise, I'll be back on Thursday for my Cook in the Book stream on my channel, Green Haired Anti-Liberal. I have not gotten confidence enough to try and figure out Rumble, but I will try to eventually stream to both Rumble and YouTube for my Cook in the Book streams. And I'll be reading a Princess of Mars, John Carter of Mars series, book number 1. So yeah, 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Thursdays. I may be on Wrong Think on Wednesday, but still not sure. It depends on how my brother's stuff goes. Appointment, that's the term. So that's me. Thanks,
deal.
Sam. Sorry I'm so tired.
You're welcome. Larry, where can people find you?
Tonight, you can catch me in the chat as a moderator on the world famous Exile Lioness 2 channel. I would have gone on Skinamax, but once again, looks like it's going to coincide with our job duties for this week. So thankfully, I was able to go on Knife Hands and hang out with Big Rob and Soldier Spirit for a while.
I would also like to take blame partially off of Sam, because Larry also says it like Linus. It's Lioness. Just so everyone's aware. Exile.
Yeah, they know.
Lioness.
They know what we're saying. You're the only one who has ever raised issue with that.
The Exile Lioness with her blanket.
Lioness. It's like a lion, but the
I'm gonna
female
call her
version.
that. Hey, Linus.
That's what it sounds like. Linus. Linus is a male name.
Lioness.
Look at chat. Look at chat.
That's not what we're saying, though.
That's what it sounds like.
Not ever what we have been
because
saying.
you're not emphasizing.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe clean the salmon semen out of your ears. Anywho, did you have anything else, Larry?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Devil, go.
I am Devil Made Me Do It. I do not have a vagina. Just throwing it out there. And I too might be on Skinamax later. Just like a gal, we need to go get an espresso to get some energy because I'm running low here too. Otherwise, you will find me tomorrow on Horny Owl's channel for the game stream. Probably. I haven't confirmed. But also get ranked. We are doing Golden Age of Wrestling baby faces, ranking them. I have Etep Wakuyan. I have Adam the Renaissance Nerd, CJP, and one more guest. I can't remember. Shit. And then Wrong Think on Wednesdays. And then back to the pub every Friday night going into Saturday. Here very shortly, we are going to move it up to make it a little easier for people to stay up and watch us. And yeah, you can find me every other place I'm at, here on Sam's channel. I'm on Adam the Renaissance Nerd channel. A couple other channels here and there. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Yeah, good deal. All the links for these fine folks are in the description below, both here and on Rumble. If you're on Twitter, just hop over to either one of those pages and you'll be able to find them there. thank you guys all for coming. On my part, this is my channel, so you can find me here. Obviously, I do a show on Friday nights with Lawrence Knight called Abyssal Musings. We do this show on Saturday afternoons, Screaming into the Void. You can also find me on Devil's channel, Beelzebub. It's so similar. Beelzebub on Beelzebub. In between, which we did one earlier this morning. Adam the Renaissance Nerds channel for Mellow Mondays, although I usually get there a little bit after the show started due to work. And then later on tonight and at various other times, along with Lawrence Knight, you can find me on Exiled Lioness too, with, doing the moderator thing and occasionally on panel. Appreciate you guys coming. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed the show. And with that, remember, it could be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras, and we'll get the fuck on out of here. Have a great night. I'm also going to hit the goddamn thing. Here we go.